He came from the darkness of the underground, where sunlight never reached and survival was the only rule. From his earliest days, life taught him cruelty. Hunger, loneliness, and loss were his first teachers. His mother's death left him alone, and his Uncle Kenny showed him a world where power was everything. Levi learned to fight, not out of ambition, but because living without strength meant dying without meaning. When he joined the Survey Corps, the world called it suicide. Beyond the walls lay monsters that devoured men whole, and yet Levi chose that path. For him, it wasn't about glory, it was about purpose. Under Commander Erwin Smith, Levi found something he never had before, a cause. Erwin's unshakable belief in humanity's future gave Levi a reason to fight beyond survival. Together, they led soldiers into battles that seemed impossible, and Levi became known as humanity's strongest soldier. But that title came with a burden few could bear. Behind every victory, Levi carried the faces of the fallen, comrades who trusted him, friends who never came back. He didn't just lose soldiers, he lost fragments of himself each time, yet he never broke. He taught the world that strength is not measured by how many you kill, but by how many times you stand back up when everything you love is taken away. Levi's true power wasn't his skill with blades, it was his endurance. He faced pain, betrayal, and endless loss, yet he continued to fight for humanity's survival. Even when he watched Erwin fall, when he held the dying in his arms, Levi refused to let despair claim him. His calm, stoic silence wasn't coldness, it was control. It was the shield he built around a heart that refused to stop caring. In the end, when the war was over and the Titans were gone, Levi lived. But that was its own kind of punishment. The strongest soldier became a man surrounded by ghosts. He survived everyone he loved, sitting in the quiet world he helped save. His body was broken, his spirit tired, yet his will remained unshaken. To Levi, peace was not victory. It was a reminder of what it cost. His story teaches us that true strength is not found in perfection or power. It is found in persistence, in the refusal to give up even when everything feels hopeless. Levi shows that being strong is not about being fearless, but about moving forward in spite of fear, in spite of loss. His life is a message to every person who has ever felt alone, hurt, or forgotten. You are more than your pain. Every scar is proof that you endured, that you chose to rise instead of fall. Levi Ackerman's death, whether on the battlefield or in the quiet of peace, is not just an ending. It's a symbol. It reminds us that even the strongest fall, but their courage continues to live in those who remember them. His pain becomes a lesson. No matter how cruel the world is, you can still choose to fight, to protect, and to believe in something bigger than yourself. Levi's legacy is not in his strength, but in his humanity. He fought not for power, but for people. And even in his final moments, when the weight of all his memories pressed down on him, he remained what he always was, a soldier who stood for others, even when standing meant breaking. So when we think of Levi Ackerman, we should not see a man defined by battle, but a soul that refused to surrender. His story tells us that pain is not the end, it is the beginning of strength. And like Levi, we must learn to keep walking forward, no matter how heavy the burden becomes. Because that is how humanity survives, one unbroken heart at a time.